Hello, it's Petra, and welcome to Wellness Wednesday, December 27th, 2023. Hope you're doing well and that Christmas was really fun and you got to enjoy your family or friends or both. This season goes on forever. Honestly, I think it really should, just because their time is of the essence and we don't always use it wisely. So today I was looking through to see what the national day was. As you know, I do that. And it's fruitcake day. And that's awesome. But we're going to do something different. Even though fruitcake has such a rich history with Christmas and gift giving and all that, I thought, well, okay, we'll take it to a different level. It's about time week. So that's what I found. And what I like about it is a lot of people don't know what that means. And to be honest, I'm not really sure I did. But here's what it says. It's about time week. It's an actual recognized holiday lasting from Christmas Day until New Year's Eve. Bringing the year to a close, this week is a time dedicated to last-minute goals, chores, or bursts of inspiration to become the you that you aimed to become way back in January. All right? So basically, this is a very practical week. It's to motivate us so that if, you're looking to succeed in something, you bring that positive energy to the new year. All right, so let's see what else it has. And I certainly could read this stuff to you, but maybe I'll just pop it in as a thing. But I found it very interesting that there's a week dedicated to kind of preparing ourselves for the new year. A lot of people like to set resolutions, and that's great, and kind of gear up with their goals and things. But I also like to look at what didn't work last year. What do I want to change so that I can have a better year or a better schedule or more downtime or more productivity at work. So you look at all that, your health, your fitness, all of those things. And this week kind of gives you the time to look at it. There's also a day, let's see, all about decisions. So make up your mind day. That's coming up. That's like right before the 31st. So anyway, I just thought this was fun, but relevant to our wellness. So, time we do take for granted, and it goes really quickly. And even if you want to make changes in your life, sometimes you don't set yourself up. Even if you're looking to add some hobbies or some things that have piled up, or you're looking to get back to school, or you want to create a new job, or sometimes you need some downtime to think about what would make you happy and bring you that kind of satisfaction. So this is your week, an entire week gives you the opportunity to evaluate what you wish you had done or maybe acted a different way. So take a minute and envision what you want, what kind of person you want to be, how you want to show up in your relationships even. So it's all of this. And I love that there is something like this because it's right up my alley. So I hope that you can find something that inspires you this week. And maybe you'll just, take a moment to meditate, as we will in a few minutes, contemplate it, journal about it. Find what works for you so that you can find that perhaps inner peace. I mean, I know that's so profound and everybody talks about that, but striving to drop into what is real for you, I think that's perfect for the new year. We also, all right, so that's that. Yesterday was a full moon in Cancer. And there's so much about this full moon. It's a full cold moon. You're still in that energy. So you can look at my recording for the forgiveness and the gratitude practices, because those are ideal, especially now, to bring in what needs to be released or forgiven. Could be a situation, it could be a person, could be anything. And then you bring in your gratitude practice, because that gives you that extra juice, that oomph, to be able to fortify, to fill that area, to create a positive attitude, right? And sometimes that's all we need, something positive to focus on and get us in that right direction. So forgiveness can be very powerful, because you're allowing yourself to drop into an experience or a situation or whatever it is, and take a look at it, to pause, reflect, and then move forward in a different direction maybe than you did even a year or 5 years ago. So take a moment to look at that. And as we do, before we do that, actually, I just want to say that I can't believe Christmas was just a couple days ago and that the New Year's is in 5 days. It's crazy to me how time is flying. And so that's why I love the practice of pause and reflection, and to do this type of energy work for ourselves. So I invite you to take an opportunity this week. Let's just take a peek. I'm going to take a peek at this full moon that we had yesterday, Tuesday. So, okay, here's some thoughts on this. As we celebrate the last full moon of the year, there are going to be some people feeling as though they are just not sure which way is up. And that's totally normal, because let's face it, this is the end of the year and we're going through so much, and we're eating and we're drinking and we're doing things maybe that we wouldn't. A lot of gatherings, that can make you tired. So the planet of communications, Mercury, is going backwards, and it is repeating a clash with the planet of confusion, Neptune. So use this last full moon as a final forgiveness and release list. This practice helps to forgive and release and move on. All right, so here are some of the ideas for this lunation. It can be confusing. It's about the home. So homely, dropping in, not just to where you live, but your own truth. And seeking a work-life balance. Now that is a very tricky thing for some of us, because we look at our jobs in different ways depending upon what you're doing. Is it your work? Is it just a job? Is it a career? Is it something that you could do all the time? So everybody answers this question differently. You'll know, because you'll feel satisfied, and not at every moment, because sometimes, even though I don't feel like I work, there are extra things like doing this that takes a bit of time and energy. I'm not getting paid for it, but I like to do it. So we look at balance. Is this infringing on my personal time? No, because I've chosen to do this, and this is what I want to do for you. So you find, everybody's got a different situation, so look at that. And it's also a time to be forthright. So forthright, really what's on your mind, standing your truth, being as honest as you can with yourself and with others. So I encourage you to reflect on this full moon energy. It's just beautiful at the end of the year. So at the end of every year, I feel it's important to reflect. Take time to consider the highs and lows, the challenges and the opportunities. Most importantly, it's a chance to bid farewell to what did not work for you, to be grateful for what did, and to start some ideas for the year ahead. It's time to welcome 2024. So what do you want to attract into your life? And take a moment to think about that and what you're grateful for in your life. And that's your homework. That's your homework, and you don't have to get back to me on that. But enjoy the process. This year, as I had mentioned, I think in a previous recording, I'm going to be sharing the yamas and niyamas. And I'm going to do a recording on Wednesdays, because that seems to be my day, my Wellness Wednesday day. And just to give you a little preview, we're going to be starting with chapter 1. So what are the yamas and niyamas? Little explanation. If you want to get this book to follow along, that would probably be great. I've got a few at my studio for sale, but if you're not local, you can probably go right on Amazon. Of course you can. By Deborah Adelaide. So our first yama is going to be about the hasimsa. Nonviolence. So finding our courage, creating balance, dealing with powerlessness, self-love, violence to others, developing compassion, and there'll be questions for exploration. So each week we will have an exploration, and that's what I'll probably do, or definitely do, on our Wednesdays. So I will give you something to contemplate. This is just a great way. So yes, so she's got 4 weeks every month, and that will give us some sort of, exploration within, and just something for us to do as this new year moves. But we're going to do it all year. There'll be a couple of months that we have reviews. So I believe it's in June or July. Anyway, and then the end of the year. But I think this work is very important, even if you're not a yogi, because it's all about self-discovery. And that's why I want to share it in this kind of format. And this work will be included in my yoga classes, in daily reflection, in my studio as well. So I'm going to really try to encourage people to take a look at this work. And, it's amazing. So I hope you can join me and find some of this interesting. So let's take a moment now to settle in to the day, the night, letting go of whatever needs to be released. Whatever needs to be released. Close your eyes and get comfortable. Maybe you want to get wrapped up in a blanket. Maybe you'd like to lay down in Shavasana. Getting comfy, or you could sit up nice and tall, sitting cross-legged. Take a moment to reflect on your breath and how it's moving in and out of your body. Notice the air quality. Notice the temperature of your room. Scanning your body, bringing your awareness to the top of your head. Take a nice deep breath. Inhale through your nose and exhale through your mouth. As we move through a body scan from head to toe, I just want you to check in and notice. Notice any tension. Notice any thoughts. And as they come up, you can release them with this cleansing breath. Inhale through your nose and exhale through your mouth. And just come back to the body and the flow. So from the top of your head, move down to your forehead, smoothing out your brow. Relax your eyebrows, the third eye, your eyelids, soften. All around the eye, the sinuses, soften the cheek and the jaw. Inhale and exhale, releasing anything that verbally doesn't serve you. Think about your throat as you breathe, your communication chakra. Inhale, exhale, sink into the breath as your shoulders relax. Your arms soften all the way down into the fingertips. Take a deep breath and center your spine. So if you're on the floor, maybe lifting up and lowering down, tucking your chin, maybe a little pelvic tilt. If you haven't already, tuck something under your knees if you need that. If you're sitting, feel your sits bones as you lengthen through the spine. And then let everything soften there. What I mean by soften is if you're feeling like you're holding on, you're gripping anywhere, unclench, release. Let go. Your heart center, your ribs, your lungs. Breathe deeply. Feel that energy move into your low belly. Notice it wrap around the body so it incorporates your spine, your back, all of that, your whole torso. Our focus this month was the root chakra. So that was all about spinal health. So notice your spine, your back, what needs adjusting. Take a deep breath as you bring your awareness now to your legs. From the hips, the hip bone, the socket, all the way down to the knee. That whole upper leg. Feel the softening as you let go of any holding or gripping. And then going into the low leg, that shin bone, the calf, into your ankle. And notice the whole leg relax, let go, soften, adjust to your simple attention. And then with the next breath, you're going to move into the feet. So maybe you start at the heel and move to the bottom of your foot, the sole of your foot, wrapping around the top of your foot into your fingers. Toes. Move those toes. Stretch them out and soften the energy of the foot. Take a deep breath here. Inhale through the nose and exhale through the mouth. And as you do, let go a little bit more of your day. As you start to think about the night ahead and perhaps your goals. Using that full moon energy to release, forgive, and move on. Think about one challenge that you faced this year and the opportunities for growth that it presented. Can you be grateful? Perhaps it gave you some ideas for the year ahead. As you settle into these thoughts, notice where your mind goes and follow that path. Follow that for the inspiration and the guidance, because that might be just what you need as we sift through this week. That's great. Breathe it in. Exhale it out. Let your mind wander and be really clear with yourself. What is important? Are you looking for balance? Are you looking to be clear? And you have the answers. So feel that in your body as you rest here. Notice what body part illuminates. Now, it may be illuminating with pain. That may have a message for you. Or it may be illuminating with feeling super relaxed. And notice what that message is for you. You do not need to allow Neptune with the confusion to bring in that energy, because if you know what you really want, then there's no confusion. Just get clear on that. And you'll figure out how to get there. The journey will present itself if you're really honest and mindful about what you want. And these are things that you could journal about. So with the next breath, I want you to start to think about if there was one word that you wanted to anchor on this year. What word would you use? There's an incredible book about this. You can listen to it on Audible too, I believe. But what one word could you use to, as you're working this week with this energy of preparing, if you will, it's all about time week. So I'm giving you many ideas, little niblets to cultivate, to get you thinking about what you want for this new year. And as I present the yamas and the yamas this year, I hope that you find something for you in these explorations, even if it's for 5 minutes. Gentle meditation to bring you what you need. Taking another deep breath, inhale, lengthen the spine, even if you're on the floor. If you're on the floor, maybe you move back and forth just to reconnect with your root chakra. Grounding, security, stability. Slowly, I want you to think about coming back into your space, wiggling your fingers and toes. Take a deep breath and let the eyes flutter open as you welcome back this time and place. Feel the gentle shifts, perhaps in your breath, in your mindset. And I wish you all the best. As I write in many of my little letters to people, warmest wellness wishes. Warmest wellness wishes. And that's sincere. I appreciate you listening. And I'm glad that this is helping. Reflection is really important in our really busy lives. So I hope you take the time this week and take the time that you need. So until next week, Happy New Year, Merry Christmas, all those holidays, winter solstice. We've had so many, Hanukkah, and just, it's been a beautiful time of year. So I hope you can find some of that brightness, that positivity, and bring that forward for you. So be well, my friends. Namaste and Happy New Year. Warmest wellness wishes. Peace, peace. Shante, shante.